Bada bing, bada boom. Geeks coming back at you. We got Geeks predictions going down. It's UFC Fight Night. Strickland versus Hermansson going down at the Apex in Vegas. Let's get right into it. We're going to start from the bottom, work our way up, give out the picks, what we think. Let's go. Malcolm Gordon is 13-5. Dennis Bonder is 16-3. Malcolm Gordon fights out of Canada. Dennis Bonder is from Ukraine. This is a bantamweight match. Dennis Bonder, first fight in the UFC. It's his debut. He's been waiting a long time. Rumor says that this guy's been pretty good, and he's been on the watch for a while. So let's see if he can make a ripple. So in this fight, I'll start off the predictions by saying I think Bonder comes out. I think that his striking is good enough for Gordon to be on the feet with them. I think that he's just going to take this fight to the ground. He's got vicious ground and pound. I like him by submission. I don't think that Gordon's got anything too dangerous to offer, and like a crazy shot in the feet, at worst a knee. Not ideal. I think that the Dennis gets it done. Let's go to Goose.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Bondar, he's a pretty respected prospect coming in the UFC already, so you expect him to hit the ground running. Malcolm Gordon, to me, is more of a finesse guy on the feet. He's trying to keep it at range and a lot of jiu-jitsu on the ground. Last fight with Figgy's brother, he kept getting reversed, and I think if you're giving up positions, Bonder's going to get on top, and I think he gets a ground and pound finish in this one.
Yeah, the ground and pound is like the only thing you can find on this guy because there's no tape on Fight Pass. You can only go to YouTube, and that's what they show on repeat. So what do you got, Front Kick?
I got Bondar, 10-0 since 2018. He's been 10-0 since 2018 with all finishes, 5 standing up, 11. He has 5 KOs standing up. He got 11 subs, and only subbed once. So yeah, I got him by sub.
All right, what do you got, Dano?
So with Malcolm Gordon's age getting up there at 31, I think he's also 1-2 in the UFC. So I think he's starting to lean into that category where he could be fed to a fighter to help boost his profile. And I think that's what's going on here. I think Bonder's pretty respected coming in the UFC, and I think he's a savage. So I got Bonder.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps that one up. We're pretty much all over Bonder. Pretty confident in that. Malcolm's shown to be chinny, so that's something to worry about as well. So that's just more things to add to the worry bag. So don't want that. We're Geeks are riding Bonder. We're gonna move right into the next one. Pretty good fight here. Jason Witt, the Vanilla Gorilla, versus Philip Rowe. Jason Witt comes out at plus 135, and Philip Rowe is minus 165. This is a welterweight bout. Philip Rowe's been all over the grappling scene. He wears like the MJ stuff. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty swaggy. It's good to see he's in the grappling because he knows he's that skinnier welterweight and everyone's just going to want to ragdoll him. So it's good that he's addressing the problem early. But in this case, I think it's still going to be a problem. I'm going to go with the underdog here. I'm taking Jason Witt to hold down Philip, to constrain him. I know it's going to be wild. I know it's going to be tough, but he showed in his last fight with Barberena he can take a shot. He can hold on to those legs, man. He can wrestle for his life. I mean, this guy, I think he's a savage. James Krause, more time under him, just going to be better. He's just going to look better. I don't think that Philip Rowe has got enough. If he knocks him out early, I won't be surprised though. I won't be surprised. I'm not super confident, but I do like Jason Witt at plus 135. Let's go Front Kick Fish first on this one.
So, yeah, Jason Witt, tough guy for sure. His takedown average, he averages 6.4 takedowns about with an accuracy about 45%. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you there. I actually am going with Phil Rowe on this one just because, on the ground, I feel like he's a stand-up guy. They work on getting up. That's part of their big game is their takedown defense and just making sure they could get back into their game standing up. So Phil Rowe, standing up, 4 knockouts. He's been knocked down once, sub 0 times, 4 subs. So, I mean, he can get it done on the ground. So, yeah, I'm going with Phil Rowe.
All right, Dano, let's hear it.
All right, so the thing with Witt is I remember I had him against Semi the Jedi, who was another same type of fight in the sense of it. I think this fight's going to be kickboxer versus wrestler. I chose the wrestler that fight. I stuck with Witt, and I think he got knocked out cold within like 10 seconds. So that's what worries me with Witt, but I'm going to ride him again with this same matchup of wrestler versus kickboxer, but I think he's going to do the job, get in there, take him down, and I got him by submission.
Okay, yeah. So we're getting on the Witt finish. I like that. Goosey, tell me something.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the board or go with the majority here. I'm sticking with Jason Witt. I think Philip Rowe, he's kind of got that lengthy striking. He's got like an 80-inch reach, which is pretty crazy for welterweights. But I think once Jason Witt can push him up against the fence, get that clinch game going, I think that's when the strength and power will really start to show. I think Jason Witt, he got knocked out early against Semi the Jedi. I think he's learned his lesson from that. He'll get the hands up and move forward. And Philip Rowe has a lot of hype around him. The Fresh Prince, he's got a pretty good marketing. But I think that's why he's the favorite in this. He hasn't shown to be too impressive so far in the UFC. He beat that Orion Kosuke after he lost the first, and then Kosuke gassed out in the second. So I'm going to trust Jason Witt in this one.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if Phil Rowe does some crazy shit because he's been doing the grappling. So if he throws up a crazy submission, yeah, but I feel like it's more of a Hail Mary, and I feel like Jason Witt's going to be winning the majority of this fight, and it's going to be his fight to lose. So at a dog price, we'll take that. Geeks are riding Witt, besides front kick, but majority wins. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. We got some big old boys. Danilo Marquez, plus 295, coming out against Gelton Almeida, minus 400. Off the Contender Series submission in the second round. It was impressive. He is a big-ass motherfucker. Rumor was he was supposed to already be in the UFC a while ago, but he had visa problems. So he got in, and he got put on the Contender Series, took care of business. Now he's here. He finds himself in a matchup against a guy who, geez, man, he's a great grappler. That's what I have to say. He's a good position grappler. That's what I got to say about Danilo. I do not think that he's got what it takes to take down Jalton. If he proves me wrong, I'll be mind blown. But with everything that I've seen in the last couple of years and his last couple of outings, I've got to take Almeida. His last performance was textbook. If he does exactly what he just did to his last opponent, to Danilo, he will have a great night. And I don't want to go anything with Danilo. Sorry, Danilo. Let's go to Dano.
All right, so Almeida at first, he passes the eye test. He's a good-looking dude, but they just have, coming off that Contender Series, they got that stigma around them where they come in pretty hyped up and they have a really big line where Almeida's sitting at minus 400. And then we got Marquez, who he gives me flashes of the big Bruno Silva, who's a power puncher, has hard punches. And I just think that he's going to land one of them and connect. I don't think it's going to go full distance, so one of them's going to get the better of the other. And I'm taking the power puncher.
All right, there we go. Goosey, you're next.
Yeah, so originally I wanted to go with Marquez. I saw he was a big underdog, but, I think he's a pretty underrated prospect. He hasn't, nothing that he does really jumps out at you, but he does everything pretty good, and, it's shown to be effective so far. I think part of my hesitation was it being Almeida's debut, but as I started to learn more about him, he calls himself the Brazilian Khabib, and I saw that on the Contender Series a little bit. He was just taking down the Russian Sambo champ at will. ultimately grind him out to a submission. So, I think he does the same thing in this. His striking's pretty good too. If it does stay on the feet, I think he's got a good shot as well. So I'm going to go Almeida on this one.
Yeah, his kicks look powerful as shit. Fishman, what you got?
I'm also going with Almeida. Debut, but yeah, contender series. I mean, this guy, I believe he had, 6 takedowns or something like that. And the guy's just a beast on the ground. I mean, he'll finish you on the ground with a sub, finish you on the ground with strikes. But yeah, that's how I see it ending, is on the ground with Almeida.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So majority's going to roll with Almeida in this one. We're going to move on to the next fight. It's a girl fight. Alexis Davis versus Julia Stoliarenko. I think I said that right. These two girls, we got Stoliarenko coming out plus 175, Alexis Davis minus 220. Not too up to date on these girls. One of them's Lithuanian, that's Julia, and the other one is Canadian, that's Alexis. I'm gonna go with Alexis Davis. I looked at her record. I look at some of her opponents. I like her experience. The other girl, she's on a 2-fight losing streak. I don't think she even has half the experience. So I'll take that. She's minus 220. I'm not gonna touch this fight, but I'll take Davis. Let's go Fishman.
Yeah, I'm going with Davis, 7-5 in the UFC. I'm just going there with for experience, but that's all I got.
Goosey.
Yeah, I'm picking Davis in this one. She's like 1-4 in her last 5, which is not great, but like she's been fighting like Chukagian, Jennifer Maia, Valentina Shevchenko, like a bunch of big names. She's grinding all these fights out to decisions. She has a pressure striking style where she's really trying to clinch and grapple. And I think that will be tough for Julia Stoliarenko, especially after or before her last fight, she fainted at the scales. I don't know if you remember that, but for a girl that has trouble cutting weight, I think a pressure fight where she's trying to stuff takedowns and keep throwing strikes back is really going to grind her out. And I think Davis gets it done by decision.
All right, Dano.
Yeah, I'm going with Davis too. I don't like Davis with the line at minus 220, but I do like her with the experience. And like you said, the other girl's 0-2 in the UFC, so it's going to be tough to pick her. I'm going to go with the experience of Davis.
Cool. Davis, that's the pick. Next one. Chidi. Let's go. He's versing Marc-Andre Barriault. This is a pick'em fight. Barriault slightly more favorited at minus 115. Chidi's minus 105. Barriault's 13-4. Canadian, 2-fight win streak. They call him the Power Bar. This guy is a pocket warrior. I have that in my notes. I mean, this guy will walk you down, eat every shot you got, and just get in your face to throw 15 more. Take one to give you 15. That's what I think with this guy. Chidi, on the other hand, technical Muay Thai, kickboxer, lethal striker, decent gas tank, great experience. Guys fought hella people, Max Griffin, Andre Fialho, Alan Jobain. Big Muay Thai guy, 2-fight win streak. His brother was a fighter, family of fighters. I think that Barriault's a dog and that he's a beast, but I think Chidi's just a little bit too much. I think he's on a run. I think he's going to blast him. I don't know when, because Barriault is a dog. So I'm not going to come out here and tell you that he's going to blast Barriault and he's going to fold him early. But I do think Chidi eventually finds the chitty chin, baby. And I think he gets a knockout. If I had to put my life on it, I'd say round 2. Let's go on to Fishman for this one.
Yeah, so Chidi, I watched his Dana White Contender Series win against Mario Souza. But yeah, dangerous guy, 12 knockouts. but I'm gonna go with Marc Andre, just because the dude's an animal. I mean, he's never been finished. The guy, the fights he loses, decisions. I mean, the guy, he can't get put down. 9 knockouts. Trains at Sanford MMA, so I like that too. And that's why I'm going with him.
Those are all very valid facts. Let's go to Goosey.
Yeah, I'm going with the Canadian. I like power bar in this one. I think definitely if you break it down skill for skill, Chidi's probably got him beat. But this guy's on the back end of his prime. He's getting pretty old, not saying he's not in his prime still, because he is on a run right now. He's looking really good. But when you sign that fight with Marc-Andre Barriault, you're in for a brutal fight. And I don't know if he's ready for that. Power bar is going to come in there. He's going to walk forward. I think that really sort of suppresses the kick game of Chidi. If you're going backwards, those kicks aren't going to really be as effective. The punches aren't going to have as much sting in them. And I think Barriault eventually grinds him down and runs away with this fight at the end.
Valid take as well. Let's hear Dano's take.
I'm going with Chidi. I think that I like Barriault. I'm a fan of Barriault, but like you said, he's good in the pocket. He's good in close. I think with the technicality of Chidi, with the speed, with the precision, I think that he's just going to stay outside and circle him, keep him in the middle. And I got Chidi in this one. Maybe TKO, but I like Chidi just overall, especially at pick'em odds.
Well, the one geek that's not here that had a vote is Sean Bow, and he also is on the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Orangutan rocket. So that's what we're going to ride. Geeks are on Chitty. We're going to move on to the next fight. This is a good fight. Hakeem Dawudu versus Mike Trisano. Oh, boy. Hakeem Dawudu, 12-2-1. Mike Trisano, 9-1. Trisano's going to come out as the underdog at plus 155. Dawudu minus 190. This is a featherweight bout. Dawudu coming off a loss to Evloev. I don't know if I said his name right, but Mosvar. He's a beast. He held his own, wasn't finished, could have been finished multiple times, showed his dog mentality, showed that he's good to grind, showed that he's good to fight, good for your money, I should say. Mike Trisano, on the other hand, great win. Just beat Ludovic Klein. That was a huge hype train. Just derailed that. Can he keep it going? That's the question. Dawudu pretty much showed that he can be wrestled and contained, but Mosvar is top tier. And I'm not sure if Trisano is going to be able to just hold him down, because what Dawudu likes to do is strike. And if Trisano wants to strike with Dawudu, I can see why it's minus 190. But if Trisano wants to mix it up and turn this into a whole wrestling match and really get everything going, then he could be a live dog in this matchup. I do think, though, that Dawudu off a loss is going to be really sharp. He's going to be crisp with the takedown defense. His hands are going to be looking nice. He's 30 years old. He's in his prime. He's looking to make a run. He just lost to a top-tier opponent. He's here to make a statement. I'm going to take Dawudu this one at minus 190. Not super confident, because I know that Trisano really does pack punches and really can stick to game plans, but I like Dawudu in this matchup. Let's go to Goosey first.
All right, so I think this is going to be fight of the night. Both these guys show up and they come correct in the octagon. I notice a lot of similarities when I watch them fight. I see both of them like to kind of stalk you going forward. They like to throw feints. And I think whichever one is going forward in this fight is going to have the advantage. I'm going with Dawudu for a couple reasons. I like the leg kicks. I like the he slips the jab pretty well and throws counters off that. And Ludovic Klein stung him with a couple counters. So I think Dawudu does enough and gets the win in this one.
All right. Front kick.
I'm going to go with Trisano on this one, just because I was watching his Ultimate Fighter season recently, the undefeated one, and he was in the semis, and this dude just kept, I think his name is John Gunther, just kept walking towards him, and he kept piecing him up. I think if it's a striking match, it's gonna be a great fight. But I just like Mike, and I'm gonna ride with Mike underdog. But yeah, I like his striking, man. When someone's walking towards him, he was able to pick the dude apart. I mean, the dude he was fighting was tough. I don't know about power wise. Maybe Hakeem's got him there, but yeah, I'm going with Mike.
Dano.
Goosey, you beat me to it. And I swear I was thinking the same thing, that I thought this fight is circled for fight of the night. I think they both got those good bodies. They both got the short twitch muscle fibers that they're throwing kicks, they're throwing knees. I think whoever you pick here is a good option. I think this is going to be an electric fight, but I'm going with Dawudu.
All right, that wraps that one up. We're gonna go ride Dawudu. Hopefully he can land one of those straight 1-2s down the middle. I think he's good for our money. -190, not too inflated. If it gets crazy, watch out. Here we go. Let's move right into the next one. I don't want to give my opinion first on this one because I'm a little off the scale here, off the grid. So let's start with Goosey, but here I'll give the layout real quick. We got Miles Johns versus John Castaneda. Castaneda comes out +170. Miles Johns -210. Miles Johns 12-1 off a crazy knockout. Everyone remembers that body shot combo. It was so silky. He looked good. They call him Chapo. He's fighting John Castaneda. Great little munchkin of fire. That's what I like to think of that guy. He's 18-5. This is a bantamweight matchup. Fights out of Minnesota, Minneapolis. Sexy Mexi. He's got a lot of heart. So let's hear Goosey's take.
I'm going with Miles Johns. I think he has a wrestling background. He has that option. He's got power in the hands. You know, you look at the Sexy Mexi, Castaneda, and I got a couple questions. You know, he only fights once a year. Last February, he got a first-round knockout, and we haven't seen him since. And then another thing, Miles Johns' only loss was to a flying knee. You know, he got clipped and put away in the second round against Mario Batista. Other than that, he's been pretty dominant. And then you look at Castaneda. And one weird thing that I noticed, Eddie Wineland in his career, 2 for 14 on takedowns in the UFC. He was 1 of 1 on Castaneda. I think if you are a wrestler, you like that matchup, and I see Miles Johns getting it done.
All right, Dano.
I'm going with Johns too. I think this dude is a stud. He's only 27. And I think he's super undervalued, but he has a good spot on this card. This is a good card where he can really get a good performance going, especially after you said those body shots that landed TKO. I'm a big fan of Miles Johns, and I just don't think Castaneda's got it. It hurts me to say it, but I'm going with Johns.
All right, front kick.
Yeah, I'm going with Johns too. Castaneda, tough opponent, never been stubbed, has only been finished on the feet one time, 8 knockouts, but Miles Johns, dude comes out to bang. I mean, never been subbed as well, so yeah, but 3-1 in the UFC, the only L to Mario Batista, like Goosey said, but yeah, I think Johns got Castaneda on this one.
All right, so my take's going to be simple. It's going to be Castaneda snakes the decision. I think that he's just got too much volume, too much gas. You haven't seen him in years. You want to know why? Because he's getting better. This guy is literally grinding. I literally watched all his last couple fights. Man, I love his mentality. I think that he's a little ball of fire, and I think that Miles Johns going to come into this fight a little too confident. I think he's gonna He's gonna come into this fight off one of the best knockouts of his career, on a big stage. His opponent wasn't the best, kind of just walking at him, taking all these shots. If you ask me, I think Miles John should have ended that fight in the first round. The guy who was limping at him for the last 2.5 minutes of the first round, and it took him all the way to finish him. So I mean, I'm not trying to like shit on him, but like I think that Castaneda's got that sexy Mexi attitude where he's just gonna stay right there. You're not putting him away. You're gonna need to have your freaking foot on the gas for 3 rounds to beat sexy Mexi. And I don't think Miles John's gonna have it 15 minutes. Like I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can. And if he can, I think it's close as shit. And I like plus 170. So I'm riding the sexy Mexi. Let's move on to the next one. The Geeks are not going to ride the sexy Mexi, though. That's just the CEO's take. I'm the only one, 4-1. So we're taking Miles Johns. Let's go to the next fight. We got, let's go. Juicy. Julian Rosa versus Steven Peterson. Oh, okay. So we're on the main card now. Here we go. Juicy, I believe, is minus 296. Steven Peterson, somewhere around plus 200 something. This is a fucking mismatch. This is a fucking mismatch, boys. Juicy inside all day. That's where a lot of my money is put on this bet. I've got already like 4 or 5 parlays in for the weekend, and Juicy's in about 3 of them. I'll tell you right now. I think this is a mismatch. Steven Peterson looked like Garbo against Chase Hooper. Julian Erosa's only fought Stallions. Give me a break, bro. Darce choke, round 2. Smell ya. Let's go, Goosey.
Yeah, you said it. I think in the UFC there are levels, and I think Julian Rosa is just maybe 1 or 2 above Steven Peterson. You look at the last fight. I mean, he was in a pretty close fight with Chase Hooper. He faked the glove touch through the sucker right to start that 3rd round because he was nervous.
What a douche.
But yeah, speaking of, Erosa's from Washington too. This could be like Erosa coming to beat the guy up for bullying his boy. So I'm taking Erosa.
All right, Dano.
Dude, I love Juicy J. Totally with you. I think that he's going to run circles around Steven Peterson. And Steven Peterson, if you're watching this, destroy Chase Hooper. Don't go to decision with him, especially when you won, what was it, 30-27? Beat Chase Hooper, Steven Peterson. Fake glove touch. You're a douche. Julian Erosa is going to knock you out.
The Ocho deserves a freaking holo in his fucking domo. Fishman, what you got?
Just checking. I got Juicy J, baby. So Juicy J, let's go. Never been subbed, 11 knockouts. But yeah, I mean, like you guys said, mixed match. But yeah, Juicy J's the dog, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah, that one's easy. Let's go. We're moving quick. We got Brian Battle, Treyshawn Gore, the real finalists for the tough season that just ended. We're gonna get closure. This is for real. Let's make it snappy. I'm riding Brian Battle just because he's an underdog, and I probably won't actually bet this fight because I just want to watch it. It's gonna be magnificent and glorious, and it's gonna feel good when it's over. I'm taking Brian Battle. Who you got, Dano?
All right. I'm going with Gore. I think that this is also another fight that could be fight of the night. But I think Treyshawn Gore's got heavy hands. Brian Battle is going to walk into some shots, and I think Gore has the power to put him out.
Yeah. All right, Goosey.
Yeah, I'm going Gore as well. I think Battle's got the heart in this one, but Gore's a little more technical on the feet, a little bit more power, and I think he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns. I think Gore probably gets it done by decision.
Okay. Fishman.
I'm going with Battle. For the reason being, Treyshawn Gore, ATT guy, love that gym. Both coming off a win off Gilbert Urbina. But yeah, he's got power. Treyshawn Gore's got power. Never been finished. Brian Battle, I think he's got it. Just because I think I see him coming out and kicking the crap out of his knee, bro. I don't know. It's the fight game. I mean, anything goes. He's coming off that knee injury, and I think he's gonna go after his knees, and he's just gonna make it a scrappy fight. I don't think he's gonna put Treyshawn out, but he'll make it a fight.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shambo is the one that's going to split it. We're going to take Brian Battle. So we're going with the heart, the true tough champion. Hopefully he defends his strap. Geeks are on Battle. He's plus 135. Good line to take. Like I said, be careful with that one. Could be a fight of the night. Next fight, Sam Alvey versus Brendan Allen. I don't have anything on this because it was just announced a couple hours ago. Brendan Allen by knockout. Why not? Sam Alvey, make it 7 in a row. L streak. Have a fucking red carpet laid on the way out the door, boss. I don't know what the UFC's doing here. Let's see what happens. Goosey, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going Brendan Allen as well. A little bit nervous. He's like 2 months after getting knocked out by Chris Curtis, but I think he's got too much skills. I think he's a problem for Sam Alvey everywhere. He seems pretty hungry. And I think after the fight, he's going to be talking a bunch of trash to Sean Strickland because those guys don't like each other.
Yeah, that's probably why he did that. Fishman.
Brendan Allen. He's faced a bunch of dogs. I mean, Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis, Kyle Dawkins, and he actually fought Soriano, the co-main. But yeah, trains at Sanford MMA. He has a win over Kevin Holland as well. Brendan Allen for the KO.
Dano.
Yeah, I think the UFC was really happy when Brendan Allen called because he's a pretty big name. He's got a good hype train that Chris Curtis derailed. But this is a good fight for him to get back into it. Sam Alvey, not the best in middleweight, like you said, 6-fight loss streak. I think Brendan Allen taking this fight means he wants it. He's ready to get back going, and I got Brendan Allen.
Yeah. All right. So the Geeks are riding Allen. Pretty simple. We're going to take the guy that's trying to make the comeback, and he's a young stallion looking good versus the old dog on his way out.
Hey, yo, Sam Alvey, he beat Rashad Evans in 2017. Shout out. Just wanted to say that. Just didn't want to hard.
Shout out. Next fight, Shavkat Rakhmonov minus 230 versus Carlton Harris plus 185. Shavkat, absolute punisher, nastiness, guillotines, 1-2s, lethal. Don't want to fight this guy. No. I think he's gonna blast. I think he's gonna blast Carlton Harris the same way he blasted Oliveira, put him in a ghillie, do whatever he's got to do. I think it's quick, easy access because Carlston's a little bit too aggressive. Let's keep it short and quick. Dano, you're next.
I got Shavkat. I think this is going to be a tough fight for him, probably his toughest fight yet. Carlton Harris beat my boy Impa. So I always got to put a little respect on the people who beat him. But I got Shavkat. He's a beast.
He is a beast. He did beat your boy. Goosey, you're next.
Yeah, so Carlton Harris, pretty dangerous everywhere. He's got that tall, lanky striking that hits pretty hard. But I'm going Shavkat. I think he's got the recipe. Might be a little hairy on the feet, but I think he's got the skills to do it. And then he's always got that Sambo wrestling in his back pocket if he needs to get it to the ground. I think he can dominate from top position.
Yeah. Us three on Shavkat. Are you two, Fish? Let's hear it.
Yep, Shavkat, undefeated, 7 KOs, 7 subs for a 14-0 record. I mean, accurate as hell, 76 striking accuracy and 76%. We're there.
Yeah, we're all over that one. All right, next fight, the co-main, Punahele Soriano, minus 200, an OG geek since day one on the Contender Series. I've said it since day one. This guy's going to do great things. We rode him in the last fight. He lost. We don't give a shit. We're riding him in this one. I love him. I think he knocks the fucking lights out of Nick Maximov. Make it short and simple. If Maximov can't get it to the ground quick and early and hold him there, he's dead. that's what's gonna happen. Soriano knockout, maybe round 2. I'd say round 1. Goosey, you're next.
Yeah, Nick Maximov, the Nate Diaz prodigy. I think the UFC might be using him to boost Soriano's stock a little bit. It's a really bad matchup for him. Soriano got bombs in the hands and he's got good takedown defense. I think it just depends on how tough Nick Maximov is and how much he wants it to stay in there, whether it goes to decision or Soriano gets the finish.
Yeah, Dano.
I'm going with Maximov, and this is just for his legacy, I guess, because we got Nate Diaz offering him up to Khamzat. We got Nate and Nick both hyping him up all the time. So when his career is further down the road, we're going to look back and we're going to be like, he needed to beat Soriano. I'm picking Soriano. He's got to find a way. Like you said, it's a bad matchup, but he's got to find a way. That's how those Compton boys do it. So I'm riding with Maximov.
All right, Fishman, real quick.
I'm gonna ride with Soriano, but yeah, Extreme Couture, love Randy. Never been finished, 5 knockouts, 2 subs. Last fight was a loss to Brendan Allen, but yeah, I'm riding Soriano.
All right, and we got the main event of the evening. We got the psychopath, the Tarzan. He hates to be called Tarzan, I heard. Sean Strickland, minus 220 versus Jack Hermansson, the Joker, at plus 175. All right, so initial take I had on this fight was Jack Hermansson, probably going to dog him out, wrestle him, Then I did some more research. I had to dig back, look at some old Strickland. I wasn't too up to date on Strickland. I'm not going to lie. He definitely unveiled some new things to me in the tapes that I did. I think that he's going to keep this fight on his feet. And if it goes to the ground, I feel like he might have something to show us. I feel like he just never goes down there because his takedown defense is so good. I think Sean Strickland's going to get a knockout late. There's just something about his punches that every opponent he faces, like his jab just literally breaks their face. Like it's so red and bloody and broken. I don't know what it is. I think that he's gonna piece up Jack pretty bad in this one. Let's go Goosey.
Yeah, give me the psycho in this one. I think Strickland is a pretty bad matchup stylistically for Hermansson. Both these guys are absolute dogs, but you look for holes in the others' games, and I think that Strickland will be able to expose that. He's gonna most likely be on the better end of the striking exchanges. I think he'll get Hermansson going off the back foot, trying to shoot takedowns into a good takedown defense. Maybe he does get one early. I think Strickland will be able to get to the fence and get up. I think that Strickland's win over Brendan Allen makes me feel pretty confident in this one that he'll be able to go in there and get it done tomorrow night. Or Saturday night. The only thing that I'm worried about is Strickland's really built himself into this character, and the lights are going to be brighter than ever in this main event. And, I think he'll be able to handle the pressure, but that's something to look out for sure.
100%. Daniel, what you got?
I'm going to take the psycho boy in Strickland as well. 24-3, that's a damn good record. I think he's pitter-patter with the hands. He's going to piece up Hermansson. Hermansson being the Swedish boy, he's going to red easily. So I think out of the first round, Hermansson's going to look touched up. And then Strickland, his ground game's like all rumors. Chris Kirsch is coming out saying that him and Khamzat train together. Khamzat, I guess, is flying over to train with Strickland. So I don't have much knowledge on the Strickland's ground game, but if those rumors are true, that's going to be pretty scary. So I'm going to have to stick with Strickland and just hope that they're true.
Yeah, well, I don't care what anybody says. Everything about Khamzat is true. So prove me wrong, Gilbert. And you know, if he's rolling with Khamzat, then this guy's legit. Let's hear it from Fishman.
So Jack Hermansson, 9-4 in the UFC. His last 4 fights. So, last fight was Edmund Shabazian. He won. Marvin Vittori, he lost. And then before that, he fought Kelvin Gastelum and won. Before that, it was Jared Cannonier, and he lost. So, those are all dudes, especially Cannonier, Kelvin, and Marvin. But so he has definitely fought some dudes. Sean Strickland, 5-win streak since October of 2018. And he last fought Uriah Hall, unanimous decision. Never been subbed. He's been finished standing 1 time, I believe. And this dude is freaking crazy. I mean, just listen to his interviews, and the dude's a character. He's a different breed in the head. And we're riding with Strickland.
Yeah, dude. Strickland, the psychopath. How I see this fight kind of going is I think Jack Hermansson tries to lull him into a stand-up just to, like, get the shot off on him. But I think that Strickland's just going to play that hard get-up game. And I think that the damage just adds up. And Hermansson can't secure position on the ground, can't keep him down, can't get control on the ground. So I think Strickland has a lot of ways to win. Is he going to win a decision? Probably, but I'm going to dabble the 4th, 5th round knockout because I do think Jack's going to be looking pretty damaged around the end. Does Jack Hermansson come out and have a Superman performance and hold down Sean Strickland and show us ground and pound like we've never seen before? I don't know, man. That would be crazy, huh?
The Viking blood.
Yeah, I think that we're definitely gonna get another "Come on, Jack! Come on, Jack!" from Strickland. We're gonna get a good soundbite from him. And Hermansson's he's a mean dude, so he'll definitely get in Strickland's face and stuff. And I think that'll only fuel Strickland more. So I really like Strickland.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he can live up to all that hype because he's got a lot of people that have recently jumped on this weird hype train that he's got. Like, what do you think about that dark humor he's got rolling down?
I think you would have seen that throughout his whole career. I think he's found a way to monetize it, and he gets on Twitter and goes a little bit over the top. He's definitely a little bit psycho in real life because he plays the character a little too well, But I think he does it up a little bit.
All right. Well, that wraps it up from the Geeks. That's the predictions for UFC Fight Night at the Apex. Sean Strickland versus Jack Hermansson. It goes down on Saturday. Get it on ESPN Plus. Watch out for the Geek Sheet. Let's make some money this week. Feeling pretty confident, huh? Let's get it. We are out.